Surprise foods you should never eat together. Health-conscious people, who are looking to change their eating for the better, and for good, may feel overwhelmed by the amount of choices they have. Different types of foods require different digestive environments. This means they should be eaten separately. Otherwise, bloating, gas, and even more serious, and chronic, problems are in store for the body. Avoid the following simple food combining mistakes and you will start feeling better almost immediately. Fruit after a meal. Fruits have high water content and it quickly goes through the digestive tract. Having them as dessert creates a traffic jam in your stomach, Dr. Gioffre says. Now you have the fruits sitting on top of whatever food you consumed before because starch takes about 2 hours to process and protein about 3. This leads to bloating, and, even worse, to the loss of the good nutrients in the fruit due to the fermentation process, he adds. Fermentation simply means bacterial action on food resulting in its breakdown. Protein and starch together. Cheeseburgers and mac and cheese, for example, are popular examples of protein and starch. This is the worst combination, Dr. Gioffre says. They cancel each other out. The protein, the meat or cheese, is digested by the acid, called pepsin, in the stomach. The starch, the bun or the macaroni, leads to the secretion of an enzyme called ptyalin, which creates an alkaline condition. So, they neutralize each other. This makes your gut a breeding ground for bad bacteria and sets off an inflammation cascade, Dr. Gioffre says. Protein and protein combinations. Protein is the most difficult to digest, Dr. Gioffre says. As people age, the body produces less hydrochloric acid, which is needed for digestion, he adds. It triggers the release of enzymes like pepsin, which are essential for the breaking down of protein. It's too difficult for the stomach to handle several kinds of protein simultaneously. Go one at a time. Pasta sauce and cheese. Acid and starch, they are two completely different chemicals the body has to digest, Dr. Gioffre says. Fatigue, which is inevitable because the body will need lots of energy to digest this meal, is inevitable. The acidic sauce is digested in the stomach, while the starch in the small intestine. They cancel each other out, Dr. Gioffre adds. They don't get digested in time and just sit there and rot, which can eventually lead to leaky gut, a very serious issue. Cereal and orange juice. Orange juice is the worst, Dr. Gioffre says. There are 18 grams of fructose, which is the worst kind of sugar, in just 1 glass of milk, he adds. Fructose destroys the enzyme that is responsible digestion. If you must have orange juice, have it before the cereal. And be careful what kind of cereal you're consuming, some of them are glorified candies. Banana and milk. This is a very bad combination that produces toxins in the body, Dr. Gioffre says. Banana becomes sour by the time it gets to the stomach in time for digestion. It can curdle milk and turn it into a heavy mucus-forming substance. The combination is also bad for weight loss because banana is 25% sugar, he adds. Milk also has sugar. As a result, you get an insulin spike, which is one of the worst things for the body, Dr. Gioffre says. Insulin is a fat-storing hormone. Beans and cheese. This is a popular and a favorite mixture, especially if you like Mexican food. However, it is also one that will lead to bloating and gas. Beans have a specific type or sugar, and the body doesn't have specific enzymes to process it, Dr. Gioffre says. Also, cheese is among the most inflammatory foods you can put in your body. Peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter should be avoided like the plague, Dr. Gioffre says. Organic or not, it's a cancer food with 25 different fungi. They produce a mycotoxin called aflatoxin, which is a mold that research has shown is a human carcinogen, he adds. Almond butter is a much better option. Jelly, obviously, has too much sugar. Fruits and veggies together. It's simple, these are very different foods that digest differently. Fruits are digested much quicker and have more sugar, which can delay the digestive process of vegetables. However, if you must combine them, for example, if you're making a smoothie, choose green leafy vegetables over other types. Bread and jam. Simple carbs are not a good idea if you're watching your sugar. They cause a spike in blood sugar levels. Adding refined sugar to the equation only makes it a lot worse. The body does not like to have a lot of sugar. The extra is going to get stored in your fat cells, which is like the body's dumping ground. They can get an unlimited amount of sugar, causing you to gain weight. Anything with fat-free dressings. Many of the fat-free are loaded with sugar and salt. When companies take out the fat, they add in sugar and other artificial ingredient to make up for the taste. Also, fat-free dressings will leave your body with a lack of nutrients and healthy fats. Sour fruits and yogurt. The problem with yogurt is yeast. Dr. Gioffre says, yeast and mold contamination is a big reason why yogurt and other cultured dairy products go bad. The combination of fruit and sour fruits such as berries, a popular breakfast choice, can produce toxins and cause sinus congestion as well as allergy-like symptoms. Tea and milk. Most teas have a lot of antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body. But if you want to keep them, it's better to substitute milk with lemon. The problem is that the proteins in milk bind to the antioxidants in tea and prevent them from being absorbed. If your tea has caffeine, it will decrease calcium absorption as well,